is Hotwordz Lyrical Theater here at Accelerated Radio in the city of Inglewood, California. I am your host, Mahogany Soul, and I also have that masculine energy with me today. I got Ross Victory in the building, so y'all know it's going down. If y'all missed the last show, then y'all definitely missed out. We had Compton's own C Blue in the building. We also had Amar Sings giving those sensual vibes with his sexy single Yoni that you can find on all platforms. You can also catch that visual on YouTube. And y'all make sure that y'all support it because it's all about that support and that love, right? And always make sure that y'all tune in to YouTube, catch that replay, subscribe, like, and comment, okay? Get that. And yeah, it's the fifth Saturday.
It's the fifth Saturday. This is your boy Ross Victory. I am back at Hotwordz with the Hotwordz crew. I'm so happy to be here. And before we get started, I just want to say rest in peace to actor Chadwick Boseman and his loss. You know, he gave us a lot of his life on screen, and we just want to send our prayers and positive energy to his immediate family and close friends. I can't imagine, you know, what they're going through. Today on the show, we have a good show for you. We have Moody Black from South Carolina. We have yours truly from Texas. And how you been doing since the last time we were here?
I've been well. You know, I can't complain. You know, like we were speaking about earlier, just flowing through life, you know?
Just got to flow. I mean, August has been so hot. There's, I mean, heat waves. Like,
Yes.
did you feel that it got over 100? I mean, we had some crazy conventions, the Democratic Republican convention. I don't know. Do you follow
I
that?
don't follow the politics and stuff, but I do know that, you know, things have been going on, you
Yeah,
know?
it's all
Yes.
crazy.
It is,
it's,
it is.
it's all crazy. And then again, we had, you know, another tragic police shooting of
We
Jacob
did.
Blake.
We did.
And this is like happening almost monthly, weekly with our people, and it has to, you know, it takes me to a dark place sometimes.
I mean, it does. It's eerie because it's almost like it's scheduled. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? They like every week, let's, you know, do another one.
Let's do another one.
You
Yeah.
know, but also, like we were speaking about earlier, you know, even in this darkness, there's a cleansing that's happening. You know, unfortunately, our people are continuing to be, you know, killed and tormented through this system, but ultimately, this cleansing is going to, you know, come to a rebirth
Yeah.
for all of us, I feel.
Yeah.
But we just have to get through that. We have to just get through that. And Gigi?
This is Gigi, the storyteller. There's so much that we have to get through, and you just mentioned about the murders, and it's like it's planned. And
Yeah,
just want to
scheduled.
say, you know, everything is planned. It's planned, and it's planned because it's the anniversary of Nat Turner, and it's crazy how these situations come to us, and then we're left to be feeling sad, right?
Yeah.
And then this recent tragedy, I mean, more than a tragedy, it's like plain out murder.
Yeah.
It's murder all across the board. All across the board. And then, you know, we can't time a death, but as you said, the actor that's recently transitioned,
Chadwick, yeah.
you know what, with my third eye, it's just a trick because, you know, people are angry, so they want us from mad to sad with a twinkling of an eye, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And, you know, I try not to, sorry to cut you off, I try not to identify with anything I see on TV, media. It's hard. I've been trying to practice that, trying to practice neutrality, right? So you just see all this stuff and you don't identify. But what you're going to say?
I mean, it's difficult when these emotions come in, you know, and ultimately when we watch news, when we watch these clippings and these killings, you know, it's taking our emotions on a roller coaster ride. And we know that your emotions, when you're sad and when you go through all of these different lower vibration emotions, it weakens your immune system. It messes with you on a mental level, a spiritual level. So ultimately, it's like they trying to kill us.
Right.
They're not trying.
are.
Woo! Master doing a good job with that, you know. So I just want to tell everyone, if you're in the Los Angeles area, if you know where Leimert Park is, we're going to have a mask on Mic Up Part 5. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, so people, y'all come out and speak on how you feel. You know, creatives come out, poets, artists, and just come out into that community, that area. You know, Lamert is legendary when it comes to the people coming together and unifying, and this is the time that we need to unify.
All right. Again, this is Ross Victory. I'm back at the Hotwordz crew. We're going to get into this track, So Beautiful by Moody Black.
Queen, your eyes are constellations. Your soul shine like moonbeams on the pond of your purpose. I wanna get wet in your wisdom.
That's a dope line, by the way.
She's beautiful, she's fine, she's classy, she's mine. Like a diamond, she shine. Her presence divine, so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, oh, oh. She's so beautiful.
You look good, I wanna put you on a platter. But I'd rather see the curves on your gray matter. Yeah, I'm country, but I'm a conscious dude. I keep a G, but I still wanna comfort you. You smell nice, so fine. You that Tony, slow wine. So when you lay on my pillow, it never rains. On the south side of Mars, ain't it strange? And you drive me crazy, smile so pretty and your light so wavy. A southern gentleman is how mama raised me. But when I see a queen, I treat her like a lady. But when you treat me like a pharaoh, my pheromones are turned on. That's how you make a pheromone. Yeah, baby, let's ride. Let's spread wings and baby, let's fly. Come on.
She's beautiful, she's fine, she's classy, she's mine. Like a diamond, she shine. Her presence divine, so beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
You baby see the guy that be, I'm a different man. I'm talking open the doors and let me kiss your hand. And I love your style, the way you dress. And the fish and grits, you make the best. I love the sands, but a whole lot of good in you. And you're classy with a little bit of hood in you. And I like that. Plus you handle business. Even though we need each other, you're independent. You go and get it, no time to waste. You keep your head high, plus the children straight. Bring me close to you. We so in tune, you be guiding my flow. You like the moon. I taste God when I kiss you. You make it rare, heavens in your smile. Take me there. I taste God when I kiss you. You make it rare, heavens in your smile. Take me there.
She's beautiful, she's fine, she's classy, she's mine. Like a diamond, she shine. Her presence divine, so beautiful, 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 you're so beautiful. She's so beautiful. What you got in those eyes, I hope I stay on your mind. 'Cause I think on it all night, girl. What you got in those eyes? Sometimes I sit alone 'cause I be thinking different. Like what if you treat her good so when you leave she miss it? Like how you love her, make your lover start to dreaming different. 'Cause she be dreaming when she wake her whole being different. See, what you got in those eyes, hope I stay on your mind. 'Cause I think on it all night, it's so beautiful.
Welcome back to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. This is your guest host, Ross Victory. It is the 5th Saturday, so I am in the house. We have yours truly, all the way from Texas. Yours truly, what's good? How are you?
I'm good. Can y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And so, I before we get started, tell me about your name. Where did you get your name, yours truly? Oh, looks like yours truly Faded to Black.
Yeah,
But I like that name. It's kind of like you're signing a letter or something.
Yeah, it is. It's like a personal, like just sincerity about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. And if y'all was vibing to that track that was just played, that was Moody Black, So Beautiful. And we'll have him on the show a little later as we wait on these technical difficulties to work out with Mr. Yours Truly here.
Yeah. And you know, before we started the show today, I was actually doing writing a letter to myself, and there's an exercise I was going around on Instagram, and they were asking people to write down how you felt before quarantine 5.5 months ago and how you feel now. How have your emotions evolved? How has your behavior evolved? How have your beliefs evolved? And I think that's what do you think about that exercise?
I think that's a very interesting exercise. I'm actually probably going to do that when I get home. I'm probably going to critique it though, and just to probably just I don't know, I'm going to write something to myself, but it wouldn't be related to Corona because for me personally, you know, I've been doing like kind of like my self-work and being to myself and spending this time with myself. So, you know, Corona was just it's kind of just a season for me despite all of the closures and stuff. I'm talking about like on a personal level because for a lot of people to have this self-time, it was a lot. If you're used to, you know, going out all the time, if you're used to being around a lot of people all the time,
and all of a sudden,
just all that gone. You know what I'm saying? No club, no. Okay, yours
truly, you back?
Got you back?
I don't know what happened, but it just went out on me.
Okay, well, you're back. You're back. We were just talking about your name. So could you tell us what inspired the name Yours Truly?
Well, the name came about from me being so young when I first started writing poetry, and how everything I wrote was personal or about my life. So it was more written in storyteller/letter, like fashion. Since it was so personal, I just stuck with Yours Truly. I made the name Yours Truly. Of course, switched the spelling a little bit, made it a little bit more, I guess, poetic/ethnic. And my mentor let me keep it. So I've been rocking with it ever since.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And so your subject matter that you write about, and so, you know, it sounds like you've been writing since you were a child. What types of, or what's your favorite topic to cover in your poetry?
Well, it's definitely changed. I used to write mainly about personal experiences, but I began to see outside of me and what others were going through. And although some would say, well, you can't write about somebody else's experiences, writers and book and authors, they do it all the time.
Right.
And I didn't sell myself short in thinking in that same manner that I can be that young black girl who had to run away from home. I can be that white student who is in an all-black school or predominantly black school during Black History Month and being uncomfortable. I can write about having to I
Oh, looks like you're cutting out just a little bit.
Technical difficulties.
So,
okay, you're back. We hear you.
yeah, okay. I try to write from the aspect of something that I've never went through so that I have to fully engage and fully research and fully understand the plights of others.
Yeah, and that's a really, I mean, you're a writer then, you know, because that's like some high skill. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's to be able to step outside of ourselves, right, to take on the narrative of someone else. And actually, I hear some empathy with that, too. That takes empathy.
Most definitely. This is Mahogany Soul. I was just listening to what you were speaking about. And to put yourself in another's shoes, you know, that really puts us in a place to be in that space of unity when you can understand another being. So that's a great aspect to add to your writing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And shout out to both of y'all. Thank you so much.
Oh, for sure. And so tell me about your award from 2019. So you won an award. How did that come about? And I mean, what have you done with that? Talk to us a little bit about the award last year.
That was something that was not supposed to happen.
Oh.
And I say that because when I was even nominated, I called my publicist and I was like, did you nominate me for something or did you put me in the running for something? And she ain't even know what I was talking about.
Oh, wow.
Anybody else? Like, who would have nominated me out of all the amazing poets that there are in the South? like, who would even nominate me? I never found out who nominated me, but I did end up winning because of the millions. The many voters out there who I guess heard my brand of poetry and enjoyed it. Voted for me. It was a blessing, and it still is. I'm still shocked that I even won anything.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, isn't it? I mean, how does that feel to be recognized, especially if you can't find the person who nominated you? So that means, to me, when you're saying that, it's like you kind of impacted someone, or someone is a fan somewhere, right? And like, you know what? Let me go ahead and submit yours truly onto that. So how does that, make you feel to be recognized like that?
Honestly, it's frustrating because
okay.
I can't thank them in the way that I want to. I can't physically face to face say thank you for giving me this, or even putting my name in the hat. I can't put them in a poem as a gratitudinal appreciation for them giving me this recognition. I can't ask them questions of which poem affected you. How did it affect you? Is there anything else that you would want me to write about that you think could benefit you or your family or the culture in general? So I am thankful for the person who wish that I knew, so that I could thank them, like I said, in the way I need to.
Yeah, and you never know who's watching. You never know who's watching, who's listening, who's reading.
And that's the power of social media, though. You still have an opportunity to, possibly make a post and, say, hey, I won this award. I'm looking for my top fan, because obviously that is your greatest fan if they, submitted you to win and you won. So, I mean, that's an idea. Maybe you can do something like that. We in this era of being virtual anyway. So,
yeah,
just an idea. But did you know that we also have Moody Black on the show? And he is the one that actually gave you your 10.
Oh,
Okay.
did we lose him?
Gracious of people. I shouldn't. Did I? Okay.
No.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. Moody Black is one of the most gracious of people I have met during this social media era. He has inspired me. He has continued to be a positive light and influence. Even if whether we have like 2-hour conversations or he just shoots something in my inbox, I listen to every word he says.
Wow.
That's love, coming from one black man to another,
Grow. Him, it's always like with me being new to the slam portion of poetry, and for he to be the one to give me a 10, as great as he is, no matter what other score I got, I did not care.
Right.
I'm like, Moody gave me a 10, because Moody Black don't give nobody a 10.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't do 10s. So for me to get a 10 from Moody Black, like I say, it just set my sails, and I ain't stopped since.
Huh.
Wow. It sounds like, you really impact people, and maybe the scope is maybe it's not readily available for you to see. So, I want to encourage you to keep going on with that. And so you're actually going to share a piece with us, your piece, Water.
Oh, y'all I can't do Water. Y'all wanted me to do Water? Water has too many languages.
Okay, well, you're the creator, you're the artist. Show us what you got. Show us the power of yours truly, and the work that reaches people that you never know about.
Okay. Hopefully my screen doesn't, or the audio goes with it. If it's not too much trouble, can y'all pray for me? Sad to say, it's of dire necessity, a matter of life and death. So if it could be done ASAP, I'd greatly appreciate it. See, it seems to be whenever it comes to me, it's tension when I feel alone in this world and God ain't listening. But I swear, I know he hears my prayers, because I ain't whispering. I'm on my knees in my good genes, emptying my soul with these words. And for them to not go answered, or worse yet, unheard, is absurd and nowhere near fair. Now, maybe a little long-winded before mine have ended, but I ain't think there was a time limit on prayers. That's why I ask that y'all pray for me, because I must not be doing it right. Or I did something so wrong that they've become a part of the SAT. Which of these up in heaven doesn't belong? My prayers is the answer. Because they continue to go unanswered, passed to an unwilling receiver. Though I know I don't go to every Sunday show, I'm still a believer, a faithful student turned teacher. And the sinful man that I am recognizes I'm far from Abraham, but I ain't no Judas neither, just dust, word if I've said too much. Maybe it was something I did. But he's supposed to be a forgiving God. And what's odd is 1 John 3 says I'm still one of his kids, so why my dad won't talk to me then? The Almighty, whom we have faith to believe, can't muster up the strength to reply to his seed. That's why I need y'all to pray for me. And you don't have to say it's me, because I'm sure he knows. Before y'all, I was pushing messages through Jesus, and of course he told, I just never got a mention. Still, I showed gratitude every day outside of Thanksgiving. I threw my burdens on his shoulders when my rib went missing. But times is different now. Although my head stays bowed, eyes dark and hands folded in order to reach and speak to the person in whom I was molded. But I just seem to be a bother to my Heavenly Father. That's why I'm asking somebody, anybody, please pray for me. I'll even write down what I want you to say for me, convey for me something. Because all of a sudden, when I call upon him, it's like he's pushing that ignore button. And it's messing with my mental. Less damage would be done if I had got a busy signal. That in itself would be a sign. But the way he's left my call waiting, I'm more inclined to keep calling since he's yet to answer in a timely manner. I assume he's stalling. That's when I get to y'all and I ask if you pray for me. I'm not trying to put you in between me and the Lord's drama. I just wish he would do me a favor before time runs out on my mama. See, I prayed that he take me instead. Said prayers that he make the cancer leave from her head. I've even said that I'd gladly take her place as she lies helpless, in pain, in this bed, patiently waiting. Unlike I wait for an answer from him, and now an answer from you. While you're at it, ask him why my mama. Try and see if he'll answer that too. I'm begging this of you. Even if it's not showing, he should at least be able to answer that question if he's truly all-knowing. Why, Lord? Why, Father? Why, God? Damn. And that's that.
Wow, that was very powerful, especially, the idea pray for me. I mean, we could use that right now, with all the darkness. So thank you so much, yours truly, for sharing that with us. And where can listeners find you online?
You can find me on all social media under YURZTRULYPOETRY. That's yours truly poetry. Like I say, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can check me out. I will be hosting a live Instagram soon, so y'all please keep note of that and please check me out.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Yours truly. This is Ross, and you are on Hotwordz Lyrical Theater on Accelerated Radio. We're going to get into this track, Enjoy the Ride by Moody Black.
Yeah, that's that feel good. Nah, man.
Great day to be alive. Forget about your problems and just clear your mind. You only get one life, so just enjoy the ride. It's a great day to be alive.
I'm 85 southbound in the minivan, but I make it feel cool like a ceiling fan. As I'm driving in Charleston over fancy bridges, with my polo button up plus my fancy britches. It's that sunset dripping on the landscape. The gentle breeze that seals the deal like a handshake. I'm barefoot on the beach, I feel the soft sand. Living what I manifested like a boss man. I hear the waves crashing, and it's so majestic. It's like the universe be talking, I decode the message, and I behold the method. It's like a science to me. Laws of attraction, it's a sign to me. Call it Yahweh, Jehovah, Buddha, Allah. I'm quoting Kanye, it's magic like tie-dye. It's all about the feeling, so let your head down and soak up all this healing, yeah.
It's a great day to be alive. Forget about your problems and just clear your mind. You only get one life, so just enjoy the ride.
family time. Grilling in the backyard, overwhelmed with joy. Now you wondering if that's God. If the shoe fits, you best to walk with it. On the main line, you better talk with it. It's your daddy cooking, it's your mama smiling. While your cousin them in line, the electric sliding. And the kids running, got your aunties fussing. And at the space table, they got your uncle cussing. But it's all love, trust me when I say it, folk. You gotta set with hope just to stay afloat. Don't you hear the music? Don't you feel the vibe? Can't you smell what's cooking? Don't you feel alive? Let them see the sparkles, the diamonds in your eyes. I press the gem from the pressure when you press the fine. That it's a cold world, but you can make it kind. Like watching Good Times when they had some good times.
I like it, I really, really like it. It's a great day, great day. So come on, let's enjoy it. It's a great day to be alive. Forget about your problems and just clear your mind. You only get one life, so just enjoy the ride. It's a great day to be alive.
Let's enjoy the ride.
Welcome back to Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. This is your guest host, Ross Victory. That was Enjoy the Ride by Moody Black. We have Moody Black on the line. Before we get started, I want to shout out Brenda Johnson Hicks. Happy birthday. Happy 79th birthday, Miss Hicks.
Wow.
That is amazing. We hope you have a great day. And we have with us Moody Black, the Moody Black. That track was so fire. Wow. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. This is an honor. I appreciate y'all.
Wow. Yes, that was a really smooth. I love everything about that. And so, we have a lot that we want to talk to you about. So I spent some time on your website.
Okay.
We got a chance to connect on Instagram. So you've spoken at TEDx. You help kids with financial literacy, money management, mental health. And you do so much. And I'm just curious, how did you get started? What is, your story into being just such an inspirational person? I mean, just dope at everything and wanting to inspire people through poetry and through teaching and education.
Well, first and foremost, let me give a shout out to the songbird who's on that track y'all played, man. Shout out to Stephanie Ivy, the songbird of St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
She came through in the clutch and blessed that song, man. So shout out to her. I gotta thank my mom. My parents were very instrumental in my love for the arts. My mom always tell the story. Just growing up as a preteen, she would make us, my sister and I, read these thick literature books, and I hated it. I hated reading, bro. I hated it. And she had a bookshelf in our hallway, and I was just bored, being nosy one day, and I found this poetry book she had. The artist's name was Walter Render. He's on the West Coast, in Portland, Oregon, matter of fact. But he's from Cali, somewhere in Cali. But it was a book about being young and free, and it spoke to me. I saw these images of young people playing and having a good time, so I started reading the poetry, and it's all about being young. And I was young. I wanted to be free, so I connected with the poetry. And ever since then, I've been writing, man. I just continue to grow with that. Of course, doing it in school, teachers discovered I had a gift. And of course, younger people, they ridiculed me for it. But when I got to high school, I was that dude. I was that dude that wrote the poem. So when they needed some poetry, they were like, hey, bro, can you write a poem, get to my girlfriend? I'd be like, yeah, $10.
There we go.
So I was an entrepreneur.
Businessman.
Yes. Wow.
So ever since then, man, but I just love it, and it's therapeutic for me. I find solace in writing, and I share that gift with younger people and even older people, because when I do my workshops, a lot of times I'm specific with young people. I also have workshops for adults. And it's the same thing. I let them know you're never too old to dream. to tap into that creative side you have to express yourself. And it's an outlet, it's a step towards healing yourself. It's not the end all to be all. I tell some people, seek therapy, but this is an opportunity to heal yourself, to grow and learn more about yourself and how you feel and be comfortable expressing yourself with the pen or verbally doing it as well.
Yeah, I love that. And listening to your TEDx, you and kind of how you just said about mental health and therapy and depression in your TEDx,
yes.
kind of hit on that. I'm wondering, how has this lockdown, this quarantine affected you, especially with images on the news and these messages of death? How have you been coping with that?
Well, one, staying busy.
Yeah,
it's a lot out there, man. And I just discovered NBA legend Clifford Robinson. He just passed away just recently, just now. And I'm like, wow, man, so many people we've lost along the way. And I have mixed feelings about it, man. We have to rediscover our gifts and find different ways virtually to push those things out. It kind of made me upset at first because I'm always in the schools, and that's a big chunk of how I support myself and my family.
Yeah.
So once I discovered I can't go to schools, I'm like, wow. So I had to kind of transform all that and do more stuff virtually. So that's been a challenge. But along the way, you start really seeing more and more of our people being murdered or becoming victims of the system in some sort of fashion. And it's more visible now because there's not a whole lot to do. So it's more attention to those things, and it's always out in front of us, man. So it's kind of dark. So I really, really do my best to bring some light, to shed light to those who's dealing with some things, especially those who suffering some form of mental health. And I always tell people, you got to find your happy thought. Despite all the darkness, find the light. Yeah, those things are happening, but we got to channel what's inside of us to make us greater individuals and to use that to create a better circumstance for our younger people, for ourselves, so they can see something positive. And as we challenge the system, because it's all about challenging the system, man. You know what I mean? So we got to tap into ourselves to find more intellectual ways and just different strategies we have to use to get those or implement those changes.
Most definitely, excuse me. Well spoken. This is Mahogany Soul, and we thank you for being on the platform. Peace, yes.
Thank y'all.
I wanted to speak about the name Moody Black. When I listened to your music, you really came from a honest perspective. You talked about, just your journey. You talked about, acknowledging the, not wrongs, but just the things that you've done, the earlier parts of your journey and your growth. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So is the Moody representative of, what is that representative of for you? I'm not going to speak for you. I'm going to let you speak.
Nah, ask away. I live for this. What I'm made for. I'm here. To kind of go back, I wanted to make sure when I released this album to be open. To let people know that despite whatever you're doing, we're still the human side of us that we have to address. As far as the name, it's funny when I tell the story. The name came out of pettiness. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really a petty person, but at one point in my life, the name came out of pettiness. Years ago, I was dating this young lady. Matter of fact, it's about 20 years ago, and she told me I had mood swings. I'm like, whatever. I ain't got no mood swings. Nothing wrong with me. So out of spite, when I started getting real serious, I named myself Mood Swing.
Wow.
But I started getting real serious with slam. I made my first slam team in 2004. And when I started attending the nationals and the regional competitions, I became more familiar with poets. So they were calling me Moody for short. Anyway, what's up, Moody? Moody, they called me Moody. And I discovered along the line, like a year later, that there was already a poet and a hip-hop artist named Mood Swing. So I had to change it because, I'm from the era where you can't bite. We don't believe in biting or taking nobody's style there. So I kept Moody, and I was just trying to find something creative to go with it. And I tried different things. I called my team. I'm like, what do you think about this? Like, nah. And finally one day, I thought about black and what black symbolizes. It's one of my favorite colors, too, with intelligence and power. And I was like, what do you think about Moody Black? And they were like, yo, that's cool. Keep that. So that's kind of how the name evolved to Moody Black. And and it transcends so many things about myself and how I've evolved, So
I love
that. That's that.
I love that. I love how an X kind of inspired that. It's always an X. It's always a story about an X. Wow.
Yeah. Indeed.
Well, shout out to the ex because now you found your balance through your moods, and now you are inspiring and motivating
Yes.
people. So there it is.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And so, Moody, you said that a lot of your time had been spent in the school. So, what ways have you, been, staying creative and staying engaged? I mean, how do you, what have you, been doing to kind of make some of that up for maybe some of the creatives that are looking for, ways to stay engaged with their art and their jobs?
Well, despite these circumstances that's been happening, there's been a lot of opportunities with grants and other various funds to help artists that's available now because of this pandemic. So you got to really go out there and hustle and find those things. And because I was doing my particular type of work, I got real cool with the Arts Council. Find your local arts councils, y'all. Become real cool with them people. And they would contract me. There's a program that they have called Smart Arts. So a lot of my work was contracted through them, but I have my own brand, the Making Words Move Institute, which I kind of hire myself. So I go out and reach to certain schools. They hire me, and through the Arts Council, they send me out to schools as well. But being involved, the arts councils and any kind of art programs in your city, you want to be real close knit, and they have the resources. They're able to connect with the federal government to get those funds, and they hit me up all the time. I get emails, hey Moody, did you know about this? So you got to really hustle. You got to keep moving. And I did a lot of summer camps virtually. I did that, and it took me 2 years to get this album right. So I'm really pushing that. Now I'm kind of out in the streets putting flyers up and as close as I can to get to people. I sell them some CDs that way, but I do a lot of stuff online. It's on every download and streaming platform. I'm inboxing and I'm text messaging people. I'm constantly promoting on my social media site. So it's a constant grind. You got to work. And I think people glamorize the part that you can make it there, but you don't realize the work you got to put into it. So you got to move. You got to keep moving.
Most definitely. Forward movement is what it's about. The motivator, the inspirator, Moody Black. All right. It was like divine alignment or something. We had yours truly on here prior to you.
That's my man.
Yes, and he gave you big ups, and it's so beautiful to see, our black men commend one another. So anything that you wanted to say, about yours truly?
Man, that dude is dope. I host open mic on IG on Instagram called the Midday Open Mic, and I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of meeting so many dudes. And he started coming through, man. It was all love, and I just listened to his work. Like I'm a fan. I'm a fan of yours truly. His poetry is remarkable. But I had the opportunity to be a judge in this poetry slam he was in, and we were still kind of cool. We still get to know each other. But he did this poem about water. I gave that dude a 10. I gave him the highest score available because his presentation. He was dressed nice. He delivered the poem. He was very confident, and it was well written. And I've been a fan. That hooked me right then and there. And he would come on every day in the lives. We got real close. Just became a brother, man. And it's a genuine respect and adoration for each other's craft, and just as people. He's just a good person, and you got to recognize that and give people their flowers while they're here. And let them know about the goodness and the good things they're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're in a society, people recognize and show light on all the things that we've done wrong, or the negativity, whatever bad point we may have been in our lives. People don't think about the light, the good stuff they have. And I make sure I let people know, man, hey, you're doing great, or you have a skill that I admire and appreciate. So yeah, he's one of those guys, man. So hats off, man. He's dope.
I love that. Yeah, and give flowers while you're here. So Moody Black, hold tight real quick. We're going to get into this track by Miles Carter called To My Next Girlfriend.
All right.
To my next girlfriend, hi, I'm Carter. I don't eat pickles and I don't eat pork. I think you're one of the most beautiful girls I've ever talked to. I reiterate things when I mean them. I think you're one of the most beautiful girls I've ever talked to. I'm an artist and a hopeless romantic. I spend most of my day in my head overanalyzing almost everything. I know I'm weird. I'm learning to love that about myself. I got a big ass head. I also got a big ass heart. I deal with depression pretty heavy sometimes, and I have really bad anxiety, but at the same time, I'm a people person. I'm trying to understand how I'm such a contradiction, but maybe you will learn to love this in the same way I'm learning to love myself. And on the topic of love, if we're gonna be together, I want you to understand that this relationship isn't gonna start in emotions. I'd like it to start as a decision. I need you to decide to love me in the same way that someone decides to go to work every day. I need you to understand that change is going to happen. We're going to change as people. This relationship may not end in marriage. It may not end at all. But if it ends, it will end in change. We're not going to leave this the same people that we came in. I need you to be open to this change in the same way that I need to be open to this change. I need you to be understanding. Because some days, I don't know myself. So I know I'll be hard to recognize.
All right, so we had that poetic piece from Moss Carter, and now we have a caller on the line. This is Hotwordz Lyrical Theater, Accelerated Radio, Mahogany Soul. Who do I have on the line?
Hi, this is Peacock Secrets from California.
Oh, Peacock, you called back again. Welcome. Well, we got you on the scene, so let's go. What you got for us?
This one is called Beats and Bars.
All right.
They say they savor my poetic rhymes. They say bars, but plenty of people have got more bars than mine. My innocent cousin's upstate doing time. My neighbor's niece, Pobrecita, sleeps in a cage for kids. She's only 9. My great-grandma's in the hood, first floor. Bars blanket in her windows and her doors. Peep, plenty of people got more bars than mine. Meanwhile, our nation's on its 9th bottle, building more bars so we will all drown our sorrows. 'Cause of colorful communities countrywide whispering, hush baby, don't you cry. Say yes sir and comply. I have a dreamify, simply showing how we singify, sacrifice and speechify. Maybe they'll realize we can't break the bars trapping our cries in these cells alive until they break the bigoted bars trapping their minds in those brain cells of lies. Hold it, wait while I rewind. I'ma erase and retrace my rhyme's 3rd line. I say plenty people have got more bars than mine. Plus, many massive minds mastermind more bars than mine, which is why my innocent cousin's upstate doing time. My neighbor's niece, Pobrecita, sleeps in a cage for kids. She's only 9. My great-grandma's in the hood, first floor. Bars blanket in her windows and her doors. Bars.
Bars, those poetic bars. Thank you, Peacock Secrets. We appreciate you tuning in again. That's love, and we welcome you on the platform. Please make sure you tune in again, and please go to our YouTube and like, comment, and subscribe, okay?
Thank you, and check me out on YouTube and Instagram as well, Peacock Secrets Poetry. Thank you so much.
All right, peace.
All right, this is Ross Victory. We are on Hotwordz Lyrical Theater on Accelerated Radio. We have Moody Black. And so, Moody, you have a piece. We'd like to see if you want to share anything with us today.
Poem?
Yes.
Okay.
If you could bless the airwaves with a little Moody Black.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm trying to decide I want to do something new. Let me see. Never mind, I'll perform one. All right, I'll perform one. Here we go.
Anything you got.
My daughter once told me that every night when she go to bed, she sleep with a small picture of a little brother right beside her pillow at night. See, my daughter loves her little brother. Both born from different mothers, never taught my kids about being half siblings. One of my elders once told me that God only made people whole. Funny, when I think back in history class, textbooks say we were once considered 3/5. But on July 9th, was supposed to be a day of hanging downtown with Daddy, I, along with my 8-year-old daughter and my 4-year-old son at the time, we found ourselves in the midst of a march. Folk marching over the deaths of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, so we marching. My son, face filled with 4-year-old aggression, Huey Newton in the spirit, he felt the energy of the crowd. Black Lives Matter screamed like a steam engine from his 4-year-old teeth. His older sister reached for his left hand to make sure he was safe as we marched with Sojourner Truth in her eye, close eye on his every step. She turned around and she asked, she said, Daddy, how come we marching? So I explained her by asking, if your brother and I wasn't doing anything wrong and a police officer killed us only because of our color, would that make you mad and sad? And she said, yeah. So I told her that these people are marching because they don't know what else to do, and they want to show the world that they're mad and sad. Y'all, deep down, I'm mad and sad because black folks still marching. So immediately, my mind flashed 10 years from now, seeing us still marching. My son, 14-year-old face, still filled with aggression. Huey Newton still in his spirit. My daughter, she's 18 years old, still watching every step, both of fists pumping, screaming for the justice of the murder of their father. My mind flashed 10 more years, seeing my 28-year-old daughter still marching, holding that same picture of little brother, that same picture she used to put beside her bed at night, knowing she'd never see him again. And she's crying to Niagara Falls on her face, screaming till her voice became silent. Black Lives Matter. My mind flashed 10 more years, seeing my 38-year-old daughter still marching, holding a picture of her husband, holding a picture of her son, holding a picture of her father, holding a picture of her brother, hoping y'all get the picture. I'm hoping y'all get the picture. Every week somewhere, somebody losing a brother, losing a father, somebody right now got a daughter going to bed with a picture of their little brother, knowing they'll never see them again. We are mad and sad and refuse to be broken. How come we keep being reduced to being a fraction of what we're supposed to be? One of my elders once told me that God only make people whole. Then how come the police trying to 3/5 our freedom? How come black folks still marching? We've been marching since 1942 and we are tired. And our shoes ain't got no more souls to give. And that's that piece.
Wow. That was, I mean.
Just have to inhale, exhale.
Oh, yeah, you got to breathe that out. That's
Appreciate
wonderful.
that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And, you know,
Thank y'all.
it's so inspiring. And I just want to encourage you to never stop what you're doing because, you know, it's just a breath of fresh air, especially, you know, what you're doing with the kids, with financial literacy, mental health. These are things of abundance, right? It's teaching people how to be abundant, how to access abundant. Yeah. And I just want to shout you out for that because it's really important in our community. Yeah. And we feel like sometimes people aren't doing it. People aren't pushing these messages, but people are. And one of those people are Moody Black. And so Moody, where can our listeners, where can they find you and engage with you online?
Oh man, I'm on every form of social media. My handle is I am Moody Black. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. Now I'm on TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm right there. You can engage with me anywhere. I'm there. And my website is IamMoodyBlack.com.
And there it is. All right, right out of South Carolina. We appreciate you, such a Southern gentleman. You got your dapper going on for the people that's on YouTube checking brother out. And we just appreciate just that inspirational vibes, you know, that poetry. Go ahead, flex on them.
Get that bow tie, get that butterfly wing on them.
Go ahead.
Shout out. I got to shout out.
Did we lose him?
All right, we had a technical difficulty. He said a shout out. I'm gonna assume maybe it was to yours truly.
Yeah, maybe.
We had a flash of yours
or to
truly,
us,
so.
or hey, to
All
Mahogany
right.
Soul, Ross Victory.
All right, Hotwordz Lyrical Theater.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a dope little interview.
That was. I was really feeling Moody Black, and it just speaks to me about what the principles he's teaching: financial literacy, money management, mental health. I mean, I feel like that is at the root cause of a lot of issues in the Black community. What do you think about that?
I agree. And even his poem, you know, he was speaking about cycles. You know, he said that could be his son and then his daughter's a husband. So it's talking about these cycles if we don't get down to the root of the problem. And so those things that you're talking about, financial literacy and all of these different aspects will, you know what I'm saying, get down to the root, because I understand the marching, but history repeats itself, and we're not necessarily getting anywhere with it, but I understand there's just so much aggression and rage. You want to do something.
Right.
you know, but these are the times to really like brainstorm and find another plan, a way. Now, am I the answer? No, I am not the answer. I don't know the answer, but I think that individually we can come together if we, you know, unify our minds and we can find the answer.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we see that it's not
working.
It's not.
Yeah, and if you could build young minds up, you know, teach them how to be, you know, self-sufficient and how to encourage yourself, love yourself, how to save money, invest money. I mean, I think everything else falls in line with that.
Most definitely.
So, yeah, and it was such a, you know, pleasure to be with the Hotwordz crew today. This is Ross Victory. And so just a reminder, going down on Sunday, August 30th at 2 p.m., Mask On, Mic Up, and that's in Leimert Park.
That is in Leimert Park. This will be the last one for the summer. The last one was supposed to be the last one, but surprise, this one is the last one. So if y'all in the area, y'all come through and vibe. Leimert usually has, you know, y'all know how Leimert is, vendors and, you know, all kind of stuff. So it's not just Hotwordz that you will be seeing if you do decide to come and, you know, vibe and check that out. And we're going to get into some of these birthday shout-outs. I want to shout out Caretha Adams, Vanessa Williams, Michelle Lowe, Daniel Lawrence Lee Jr. Happy birthday, happy Earth Day. Enjoy your day, and hopefully you're in good spirits and good health and good vibes. All right?
Yes, and birthdays are so, I mean, it's just that little moment of happiness that we could find through all of this darkness. And so September is going to be so busy at Hotwordz Lyrical Theater. There's a lot lined up. So next week on First Saturdays with Monica J, singer and actress London, and Natalie Plummer will be in the building.
Yes, yes. So y'all know that it is going down. I appreciate vibing with you today.
Yeah, it's always a good time, you know, and sometimes, like I said, last time I was here, it was under some negative circumstances. But I think that we share the core belief in, you know, wanting to do better for ourselves, wanting to do better for our communities, and just having hope.
Yes, most definitely. I've definitely feel that vibe from you. So, you know, that's what it's about, you know, just going forward, you know what I'm saying, and just riding that wave.
And riding the wave and letting it flow. And so we are going to head out with Black Girl Magic by our own Mahogany Soul. See you next week.
There ain't nothing that I'd rather be than ebony. Chocolate, skin tone so heavenly. Sun rays steady popping off this melanin. Breaking out all the boxes that they put me in. Do you not comprehend you dealing with a champion? So no matter what we face, you know we gonna win. In awe with the beauty that we are. Stand strong, stand bright like a star.